Welcome back, Mojo Sports, and today college football preview. Getting ready for the 2026 season, and we're kicking off on Saturday morning in Dublin, of all places.
Week 0, baby. We got Belichick. I mean, yeah, it honestly is a perfect week 0 slate, I think, because kind of random games, kind of don't care. And then we finish the day with a little UNLV action. It's a perfect kickoff to the season.
Yeah, I don't know what like the national consensus is on the slates and what the best games are, but the UNLV game's got to be top two.
It's, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm honestly glad there's not like crazy bangers to kick off. I don't know if that's like a minority take, but like it's a good appetizer for the season, I think.
Yeah, we don't get anything too crazy. I think like North Carolina TCU probably gets the most eyes. But it is the first game, and then Memphis UNLV is out of all of them, it's the best matchup. Like if we're going band for band, you learn a lot about both programs after that game. And UNLV favored by like 5.5 right now, so the boys are looking good.
It's honestly it's arguably I would say maybe the biggest game of the season for UNLV too, right? That it's like we have to have that one. Obviously, we got to win the Mountain West, which is people are like we're the betting favorite and everything like that. But if we don't win that game, like the group of 5 thing kind of goes doesn't go out the window, but it gets a lot harder.
Yeah, I got that one circled, and then I would say the other one is North Dakota State. Like, welcome to the
North Dakota State,
conference. We got to win
I
that one. We
know,
got to set the tone
have
because I
to.
feel like we're gonna be playing these guys a lot for big games, and we got to come
Yeah,
out right away and show them who's boss.
I know the Cal game too. I'm picking between my two. It's like picking between children, you know. I got my
Yeah,
boy Sag and UNLV, like that'll be tough. But that's a must win too, because that's really one of the only Power Fives we got on the schedule, or Power Four, whatever you want to call it, on the schedule. So yeah, it's UNLV though. At every graphic I see, we have really high expectations, which is a weird spot to be in. I feel like for us, when they would pick
makes me
us, like when we were
nervous.
playing, it was like, hey, it's like bottom of the conference, or yeah, we'll see. I'm
Yeah, I
excited though.
don't
It
I
should be a
don't
good
like
game. Should
having
be a good game.
pressure. I'm
Boise
one of those
State, the
people.
boogeyman's gone too.
I like to be the underdog.
I know. We're the hunted now.
Yeah, not used to it. Unfamiliar feeling. Joe, let's start off with our national championship picks. We're going to do it like last year. We're going to have a long range shot. That's our dart throw. We're going to have a medium one, someone that's in contention. And then we're going to go with a favorite. And guess what? It's college football. So long shots, pretty tough to get one out there. You're mostly going to find the realistic picks. They're going to be favorites or mid range. But Joe, kick us off. Who you like as the
Yeah,
favorite?
I'm going Oregon. I don't like it, but Phil Knight's getting old, so I'm gonna take Oregon. Dante Moore in Oregon. Let's see if they can get it done. Phil's probably, I don't know, 80. What do you think? 85,
Yeah,
86, maybe
at
something like
least.
that. So yeah, give me Oregon plus 750
Okay. I mean, I like it. I think if you're gonna win, you got to do it right now. And I felt like they didn't lose really
right now.
any big stars to the NFL either. You keep your quarterback. You lost your tight end, but honestly, he wasn't a big game changer last year. He just looks like a freak. And all the receivers come back. I think it's now or never. Phil Knight, 88
Yep.
years old.
The question is Dante Moore. Okay, all right, that was close. Yeah, Dante Moore is the question mark. He plays well, they win because their defense is good enough. Like, it was just those big spots that he was not good. Like, he wasn't good in a handful of games, and the handful of games that he wasn't good in were literally the ones that mattered. So I think if he plays well, they have a shot to win it.
All right, and who you got mid range?
Going LSU, I just that would be funny. That would be really, really fucking funny. That's it. That's the pick. Yeah, there's no, I mean, I think it's that site you sent me, maybe I sent it to you, but it's the NIL tracker. It gives you every NIL budget for each school. They're in the top three, top four, I think, of NIL budgets. I think it was like $50 million on their roster at LSU. They just got that kid who's coming back from the NFL, so I guess somehow that's allowed now. He's allowed to go to the NFL and then come back. There's no reason why they shouldn't win. And if Lane Kiffin can pull it off, it's the ultimate Lane Kiffin, like, it's the final stone in his Thanos glove, I think, for college football. It would be so fucking funny if he wins that. So, LSU
You,
plus 1700.
you want it to happen.
So bad, so
Yeah.
bad, so bad. I think it'd be so funny. I really do. I think it'd be so funny.
I think it would be fun. He's got the talent, obviously. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know. It's tough
Yep.
to get a brand new team, like bunch of new guys, like all on the same page. I think that's the hard part. But like talent's there.
Yep.
And who's your long shot?
Going to Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Mateer got hurt. I think he is like pretty unbelievable. He was really fun at Washington State. Oklahoma's known for good QBs. Their defense is disgusting. I'm not really worried about their defense. Um, and I think I don't really hear anybody talking about Oklahoma. It's all Texas right now. It's all Georgia. There's a lot of different, teams that have been thrown out from the SEC. So if anybody's going to do it from the SEC, it's probably going to be Georgia. But from a long shot perspective, plus 3,000 with a team like Oklahoma, it's pretty good value. So I'm going to take Oklahoma there.
Well, Joe, I think that leads right into my picks because my long shot also Oklahoma for all the same reasons. You said the defense,
Go.
not worried about it at all, and Mateer back and healthy. I was listening to a podcast. They said that last season they like did a grip strength test, and he was testing like in like the like low 90s during the season. And right now they retested him this summer, and he's up to like 136. I don't know what that means. It might still be
Let's
the
go.
weakest guy out there for all I know. But I know that 136 is higher than low 90s. So it sounds like he's back. And yeah, I would definitely take a shot on him. And then mid range, uh, not the craziest mid range. I think it's only like 10-1 right now, but I'm gonna take Miami. Miami, uh, basically, when you look at the roster, they lose Carson Beck, but they bring in Mensa from Duke, and he was awesome last year. So I don't think it's a huge drop off there. And then obviously they still got the running back Fletcher. They still got baby Jesus, Malachi Tony, and that defense is going to be nasty. The one problem I have with them, they did lose 4 of their offensive linemen in the offseason. I feel like that was like something they
Ah,
were really
yep.
strong in it last year. So that's really the question. But the ACC is not strong, right? Like ACC is not that good. They should still walk into the
No.
playoff for the most part. So if they get to the playoff, I think you got a chance to win it. And then last, I'm gonna go my favorite. I like Notre Dame this year. I'm gonna say it. I usually hate Notre
Yep.
Dame. I do not get along with Notre Dame guys at all.
I know.
Polar opposites. I wouldn't last 1 week on that campus. But they're building something special. Freeman, good coach. They're returning like their entire defense. And CJ Carr, we're going to dive into him during the Heisman talk, I'm sure, but I think he's the guy.
Yep.
And this is an easy schedule. And for a team of this caliber, this is the easiest schedule you're going to find out there. So they should be healthy going into the playoffs.
Yep. No, Notre Dame is I was between Oregon and Notre Dame and I keep going back and forth. And the only reason I take Oregon is because battle tested, right? Like I think the Big Ten's gonna prepare them better versus Notre Dame's schedule. Notre Dame's schedule is a joke.
Yeah.
So I think Notre Dame will be the better team, but whoever comes out of the Big Ten, I think the Big Ten's going to win it again. I really do.
It'd be crazy, dude. 4 in a row. It would be nuts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would like it
No,
if
but
the Big Ten.
I like it. I really like Miami too.
I would like it if they won a fourth in a row, but it was a different team. If you had 4 straight years of winning,
Yeah,
all four were different, that would be crazy. Joe, let's move right into Heisman talk. I got CJ Carr on my mind, and I'm interested to hear what you think. Right now, he's the Heisman favorite.
yeah. I mean, last year we said you bet the quarterback on the best team. I That's it, right? That's He's my favorite. He's my favorite pick. Quarterback best team.
Seems easy to me. I got him as my favorite also. I think you
Yeah.
walk into the playoffs, possibly undefeated, probably undefeated. And I'm hearing from the NFL guys too, this guy looks like he's pro ready to go. I think he jumps the other quarterbacks. I think he's the number one overall draft pick in next year's draft. So I hate laying the chalk, if you can call it that. You're not really laying chalk, but
I know.
I hate taking the short favorite on a Heisman, especially. But here I am, giving it out to millions.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Favorite. We're aligned.
What about your mid pick?
Now, this one I don't feel good about. Only
That's a good
because I
start.
think you yeah, I think you can get better value with the Blinikoff Award. So that's going to be Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State. Um, I think if you take the other award, it's plus 700. But if you take him for Heisman, it's plus 1400.
Mm.
Now, hear me out though. If he wins the Blinkoff, I think he wins Heisman, maybe. So you could double dip potentially was my thought with that mid-range pick.
I think if you win the Bolitnikoff, you win the Bolitnikoff. I don't know if it translates, so I would definitely separate them.
No, but for him, we're talking about the LeBron James of football
We
here,
are.
all right?
What are
Like
the odds on
you
the
can't walk back
Bolitnikoff?
what we talked about last year.
No, I
700
won't.
plus 700.
Okay, I like that a lot. Seems free.
It's I Yeah, so that's why I put him down because you get plus 1400, you get plus 700 together. It's plus, a decent amount of hundreds.
Yeah, you should see if you can parlay those. Because if he wins the Heisman, he's
I might
definitely
know a
winning
guy.
Bolitnikoff. Uh,
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm
right?
saying. That's what I've been saying.
Be crazy if he didn't. For my mid range, I like honestly, like if I was in somewhere in that range, I like Dante Moore, but he's also, I mean, he's fourth on the list, so nothing crazy. And then like bumping out of that, I like Gunnar Stockton. I think Georgia's got a really easy schedule this year, and he's gonna be the guy. He's got legs, he's got arms, he's a whole human. And yeah, I think he can make some noise. And then my long shots, Joe, I'm gonna get a little nice on you. I'm gonna take Mestamaker, like 60 to 1 right now. If he does what
Mm.
he did at North Texas, but now
Mm-hmm.
at Oklahoma State, bigger stage,
Mm-hmm.
could be nice. And then the other one I like is Byron Brown. Same kind of thing. Last year he was a G5 darling, and now he gets to lead Auburn. And he's gonna put up good stats, good numbers. So we'll see.
Yeah, I like that. I didn't really go as long as I probably should have for mine, but I also have Gunnar Stockton and slotted in there as my long shot plus 2000. I think Georgia's going to be, I mean, we'll get to it later with the conferences, but they're kind of a sleeper pick for my, I didn't put them in my national title champions, but I don't think it's crazy. I really don't.
Yeah, we'll get into it. I have thoughts on that, and honestly, if you want, let's just dive into the conference futures right now.
Yep.
So I'll start. This transitions right in, but I got Georgia winning the SEC. Now, I didn't take them as a natty pick, but that was because I think they get to the playoffs easy by winning the SEC. And then when you get in there, some of those teams that don't win their conferences but are still really good just had harder schedules. I think that's where Georgia can get knocked out. But I love them to win the SEC.
Hmm. Like that. You rattling off. See, I'm a group of five merchant, or group of six, I guess we'll call it this year. So you go ahead. You have you have the actual conferences on there. I've just got the group of six ones that I like.
That's what the Sharps do. The Sharps attack those low conferences,
Yeah.
and then the squares like me, we go, oh, SEC, Big Ten, oh yeah, Georgia. Um, but for the Big Ten, I'm riding Indiana. Indiana's not favored to win this conference.
Yep.
There's one thing I know about Signetti,
No.
the guy wins. He wins. And now, cat's out of the bag. So he's getting talent. He's getting big time talent to go to Indiana all of a sudden. People think it's one and done. I got news for you. This is a machine. He built a machine.
Yep. I I have a future that's Indiana Seahawks, Super Bowl and Natty. Just because they're both still pretty fucking good. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world. So I like that. I like that.
You're like, if I have to watch the same bullshit as last year, I might as well get paid.
Right.
Just get
Right.
money in my
I could
pocket
see it
for
though. You're
watching
right. Sig,
reruns.
yeah. Yeah. Sig wins, dude. Sig wins.
Big win. So I'm in on it. And um, yeah, I just think there's a chance that a year from now, we're just talking about how Indiana is going to run the Big Ten for the next decade. Like, I don't think that's a big stretch. And right now,
I know.
they're
But they're
three to
pricing it
one.
like disrespectfully.
Yeah.
I
They're
know.
projected
Yeah.
third.
Yeah. I know.
Um,
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
from there, Big 12, I say you lay the chalk in the Big 12. Texas Tech paid way more money for their players than anybody else in that conference. I think the whole conference is pretty mid and there's just one team. And it doesn't matter if they have a quarterback or not. They're going to win this conference. So if it's minus 105, minus 110, take it. They're not going to win the national championship because of those reasons, but they're going to walk through the conference. Um,
Yeah.
ACC,
I BYU's
oh,
the only BYU's the only
I
where I
like
have
BYU.
only where I have is BYU. Yep.
Frisky.
Yep. Yep.
Uh, they just played. I think BYU played too many like coin flip games for me last year. It kind of scares me. I'm like, can you keep up the magic? Because it did feel like magic at times.
Oh yeah.
ACC, I tried to get outside of the box on this one. I'm going SMU and get them like 7-1 right now. Uh, I just think same kind of thing I said about Miami earlier. Super talented in all these skill positions, but if you don't have the trenches, if you don't have an O line, it's going to be tough. So I just think that SMU somehow got Kevin Jennings to not go to the NFL and their left tackle, who's also an NFL guy. They got them to both return somehow. And so it feels like they're on a mission. They said, hey, let's do one last ride. And yeah, I think they're a sneaky team. In fact, Notre Dame's got to play them at the end of the season, so like that one could even be interesting. But why not take a flyer? And their schedule is very easy outside of that like Notre Dame game. Like they don't play Miami. leading up to the conference championship. So I like that angle.
Yeah. For Notre Dame, I have SMU circled and I have BYU circled. I think those are the two like games that Notre Dame could slip up. Notre Dame has to beat that. It has to beat BYU, and it's in Provo too. If that game gets to a point where it's like undefeateds, like if it stacks up to how we think it will now, it's gonna be so fucking fun. That game is gonna be so fun. Yeah, yeah. No, I like SMU. SMU would be fun for college football too. Since the death penalty, completely wronged, totally wronged.
Wrong.
Back then, they're literally doing what they got in trouble for now. So yeah, I like it. I like that. I think Miami wins the ACC, but SMU is a fun pick.
That's what we're about. We're about fun picks. We're not about making money.
Clearly.
We should have mentioned that a year ago to the listeners.
Let me just toss in some group 6 here because I know that's the last one you got. We got the same one here. I can see it. UNLV wins Mountain West. The big bad wolf. Boise State's gone. This is the time. This is the year. Let's do it. We got a bona fide head coach. Been at big huge schools. Been at Florida. He's proven. We've got a 4 or 5 year run now where we're actually putting together something that's unbelievable. So give me UNLV win the Mountain West plus 260. The Pac-12, get ready to learn Boise State, okay? They're fucking good every year. I don't know what it is. It's the blue turf. It's something. They're good every year. They'll drop a couple. They'll lose a few games that you don't think they should randomly, and they'll still beat you in the conference championship by a lot because they're disciplined. They're good. Plus 170, Boise State wins Pac-12. And then I'm going to the Sun Belt. I'm going James Madison in the Sun Belt. Just take the chalk in all these, I think. I don't know if it's that crazy to take the chalk, but I'm going James Madison plus 270. And that's a nice parlay. You take those three, it's a nice parlay. So group of 6, I think, is going to be some fun ball this year. And I think those 3 teams are going to be in the conversation for that playoff spot the group of 6 gets.
The JMU feels like that's all they do. It doesn't matter who's even coaching or what they have on the field as far as personnel. It's just, they just win nonstop. And then
Yep.
Boise, I'm with you on Boise. I think they're going to get ready to learn Boise. Boise plays their best football at the end of the year every damn time. Doesn't matter how the season's
It's
going. Like,
crazy.
they find a way to get to the championship, and then by the time the championship happens, they're so dialed in.
They're so good. It's so far. I fucking hate Boise State. That's the problem too. But you might as well make some money off them, especially now they're playing Washington State. Like, yeah, it's just they're gonna beat my ass at UNLV, and then they're gonna beat my ass at Washington State. I can feel it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just something you learn. It's death, taxes, and Boise State.
So good.
We know it all too well. But the Pac-12 does not.
Yeah. Nope.
Joe, you want to dive into actually before we do that, I want to throw in I did make some bets on to make the playoffs. Just straight make the playoffs. You don't have to win your conference, nothing
Yep.
like that. So I took Georgia at minus 220. I feel like it's even higher probability than minus 220 for that. Because of how easy their schedule is, while the rest of the SEC just is going to destroy each other. Now, then I also have USC plus 250 show up in the playoffs.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think Lincoln could finally do it this year. But I've also probably said that the past 2 years. So come on, come on. I think the Big Ten can get 4 teams in. I think that's possible. So I think
Yeah.
those big 3, Oregon, Ohio State, Indiana, right? They all cruise in. I think USC could get in there without being top 3.
Yep.
Um, Then outside of that, we already talked about Oklahoma, but I like Oklahoma. They're right around like plus, like I want to say plus 200 as well. So I like them to possibly sneak in. I think the SEC is going to get real messy this year. I think there's going to be a lot of teams with losses. Um, and then finally, Boise at 5-1. We just talked
Mm.
Boise, but if Boise does dominate the Pac-12, and just have like one quality non-con loss or something, then yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't get in. And that's plus
The only
500.
problem with that one is UNLV probably wouldn't get in if they do. So that's yeah.
Right. And if UNLV gets in, then nothing matters.
No.
I'm just happy.
Yep. I don't think people realize like that's kind of I think for like college football now, like that group of six spot is the national title. I'm not saying that like if you go, you don't want to win that game, but like if you make it to the playoff as a group of six, like that is a
Yeah.
very successful season, right? So that's like that's the ultimate goal for all these schools. And the Pac-12 is not including that because they're not going to be looked at like a group like a Power 5. Like they don't have they're bringing the Mountain West. That's the only reason I like Boise so much is they're familiar with all these teams. The only two they're not are Washington State and Oregon State, and then Texas State.
Yes.
You
Couple
fucking joking me? Like
shitbirds.
they're gonna yeah, they're gonna boat race Texas State. Like Washington State's the only one I think is that has a chance to sneak up on them.
Yeah, and I don't even think they have a chance. I mean, I'd be
I
much
know.
more
With new
afraid of like
coaching
Indiana
staff.
State.
Yeah, no, that's true. San Diego State. Yeah, people
But
forget. People
like you
forget.
said with the group of five thing though, like it for a G5 team, when you just make the playoffs, the benefits you
Yep.
reap, like recruiting wise, just the exposure in itself. Like the goal, I feel like, is just make it to the playoffs enough times to where you're setting yourself up to get bumped up to Power Five, and then you can build to
Yep.
win actual championships. So they're doing it.
Yep. Yep.
All right, Joe. Well, last, let's dive into season win totals that we liked, that we were picking off. And then we're going to end the episode. We're going to do a draft. And I'm very excited for the draft. But first, let's dive into these season wins. I know you got like 5 or 6, so let's hear you rattle them off.
Yeah. And I parlayed these, so a lot of these are a little bit watered down. They're not their actual win totals, but they're just kind of what I think is an easy mark when you're looking. So this parlay here, it's six teams, and if you take this, it's plus 1,000. So I like it, and some of them watered down, but we talked about it. Boise State over 6.5, easy money in my head. UNLV over 6.5. I think there's a lot in the Mountain West, especially now that the Mountain West is a little bit different. I think they can easily pick up 7. Nebraska, 7 wins. We have a new quarterback, and we're familiar with that new quarterback. It's Calandria, so he's fun as fuck. He's gonna
Gonna be
throw three
fun.
picks, but he's gonna throw three sweet touchdowns as well. So I've been telling all my Nebraska friends that Calandria is fun. It's not gonna be perfect. You're not gonna get perfect, but it's gonna be fun. So 6.5 for them. LSU 7.5. I mean, it's what we're about here. It's fun. That's fun. 7.5, 8 wins for LSU would be fun. That'd be really fun. Virginia Tech, 5.5. It's not Virginia Tech. We're talking about Penn State. And that roster from Penn State was fucking good last year. It didn't turn out, but it's James Franklin. He wins. You can't say he doesn't win. And maybe he doesn't win the big one, but he wins. So 5.5 is low for them. I like that. And then I'm going BYU 7.5 because I think the Big 12 is a little bit down. I think they can easily get 8 wins. So those are my 6, and that's plus 1,000 if you take all of them.
Joe, I like that a lot. There's some good ones in there. I mean,
It's fun. It's fun, right? Like it's fun.
yeah. I mean, we talked about Boise, we talked about UNLV. The Nebraska one, I'm seeing a lot of people in on them. I do think like
It's
people are going to be like,
guy.
oh, they lost Riola. But yeah, I might actually be in on Nebraska this year. And
Riola, Calandria, up.
Uh, yeah, I could see them. They probably got to win some tough games to get over that number. There will
Yep.
be like 3 or 4
It's a Big
games, and it's
Ten.
like you got to win one of them to get this number. But I think they could do it. I could see a field storm this year at Nebraska. I could see that happening.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Calandra's the fucking man too. He's got a little bit of shit to him. Like, I think he could
It
be in
does.
that scene at the end I can see it now. He's got the fans, they storm the field, he's on the field, I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, I mean, and Calandra said, "Hey, I'm a rebel for life. I'm not leaving UNLV." And then 2 days later, he was like, "I'm out of here." So you got to keep your eyes on this kid, dude. He'll move around the pocket, and before you know it, he's gone. He's across the country. So watch out, Big Ten defenses. Uh, the LSU one, yeah, I think the LSU one's good. I thought I was gonna fade LSU. I was waiting for the win total to come out, and I was like,
Me
it's gonna be
too.
way too high. And they came out with it,
Yep.
and I was like, holy shit, like that's a good, like they
Too
made a good
low.
number. They
It's too
respected it.
low. I
And
know.
honestly, yeah, it's
I know.
surprising. They're enticing me to take the over. Um,
Uh-huh.
Virginia Tech, though, is one I did not think about, and I love that angle. I love it. Buy in on Franklin and just hope that it runs like Penn State did. I like that. And then BYU, we've talked about BYU, think they're feisty, and if they keep up the magic, if it wasn't all Fugays last year, over 7.5 seems easy.
Yep. Yep. I love their quarterback too. It's literally just
Bachmeyer,
it's like a fullback, but he's playing he did. He's
who even
awesome.
wears a
He's so
fullback
fun to
number.
watch. I know. It's the best. And it's the Big 12. It's not like, like yeah. 8 wins. Come on. They can do it. They can do it.
I think that's the one thing that does scare me. It's the Big 12. So it's like every team
Yeah,
feels
it's
like their
true.
ceiling is like 10 wins and their floor is like 2 wins. And you're like, I don't know.
I know. I know. Stanford Steve was on part of my take today and he threw out fucking West Virginia in the Big 12 and I was like, "All right, like I don't know, shit, I guess. Like West Virginia. Yeah,
Boo.
crazy."
No, that's just gross. Um, all right, for me, we already talked about Georgia. I like Georgia over 9.5. There's a few left out there, so I would take that. Like I said, schedule super easy. Another one, and this one's interesting because it's the same kind of thing where it's like fade the hype, but I'm taking Baylor under 6.5. From everything I've read and heard, like they are not in a good spot. They've been dismantled. The defense is just terrible. But they're bringing in Lagway, bringing in DJ Lagway. So now this number's 6.5. I heard some sharps that were saying they would take under 4.5 if they could get it. They said this is like one of their favorite value plays. So after hearing them, I threw it on here. Um, I like Oklahoma over 7.5. Same thing we've been talking about with Oklahoma. I like SMU over 8.5. When I looked at SMU's schedule, I saw three games that they could lose, and they could win those games. Notre Dame being one of them. But I don't know how they have to just be expected to drop one of their easy games to get under 8.5. Um, and then back on Indiana. I like Indiana over 10.5. And then opposite of you, instead of taking the new Penn State guys that are at Virginia Tech, I went the opposite way. I took the current Penn State with all of the Iowa State boys. So
Cyclones. Yeah,
over eight and a
yeah.
half. And purely because they might have the easiest schedule in all of college football. Like it is for a
I
Power
know.
Five school, they have a joke of a schedule, and wouldn't be surprised if they just get back up to 10 wins because they're bringing in guys that Iowa State's a solid program. Like they've been solid.
Yeah. Yeah. You know where I stand with Matt Campbell though, so
Yeah,
that's
that's
my
your
only
pull. Yeah.
diss on that one. Yeah. But Baylor, I mean, Baylor's defense. I will be betting a lot of Baylor overs in those games just because their defense is so fucking bad. And Lagway's going to put up points. That's not the problem for him. It's just
No,
he'll give up 4 pick sixes as well. So
that's what I was gonna say.
yeah,
Those
that's
points
that's
don't
a
always
fun. I
go to
like
his
that
team.
Baylor under.
Yeah.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
yeah, one of the podcasts I was
Chipotle
listening
addict,
to.
right? That came out. The
Yeah. Well, he's off the stuff now. He said he'd never touch
he's
the stuff.
off the. That's what I say every time I have Chipotle when I'm shitting myself the next day. Like, dude, I'm never eating that again. And then I go back.
And then you're like, this is so healthy. I'm doing such good for my body right now. As you're just shitting your brains out 4 hours later. Yeah. I mean, Baylor, they got to play Auburn to open up the season. I see them losing that. They get an easy FCS game. Then they play La Tech. Colorado could beat them, even though Colorado's not that good. ASU can beat them
No,
for sure.
no, yeah.
TCU's gonna beat them. Then they play Kansas,
Yep.
Central Florida, Iowa State, and then they end the season with BYU, Texas Tech, and Houston, which is another 3 losses right there.
Okay, 3 losses. Houston's gonna be good.
Houston's gonna be
They're
good.
already ranked. I was a little disappointed that they were ranked. I know. Houston's on my list. I think they could. They might be a dark horse in the Big 12.
And imagine Baylor trying to get that last win to get over that number, and they have to play BYU at BYU. They lose that game, and then the next week they host Texas Tech, and Texas Tech beats the brakes off them, and that's how they're feeling going into the Houston game to end the season.
Yeah, smart, sharp, very sharp.
Chop. Well, Joe, dude, I'm freaking pumped. This is gonna be awesome. I cannot wait for college football. And that was all of our best bets previews. Maybe we'll get some graphics out there. We'll see. Our intern that does the graphics, he hasn't been in the office in months. So we'll see. I'm gonna call his mom tonight. But if we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. That's the Mojo way. Joe, we did it. We finished off all of our college football bets for the people. That's what we're on. About a month from now, you can all make fun of us for all these terrible picks. I know last year I was big on Clemson and Dabo. So we'll see. That guy might get fired this year for all we know. But appreciate you all listening. And next time we talk, games are going to be played. We're going to have new opinions on teams. We might even have some breakout stars. So I'm excited. But next Monday, we'll break all that down and we'll dive into week 1.
Let's get it. Yep. Yeah, we got the draft coming. That'll be sick. And then we'll probably hit some hot seat talk too. We can save that just for like a couple weeks so we don't look like total dumbasses. But yeah,
Belichick,
it
I'm
has to be
looking
better
at
than
you.
last year, right? Last year was it was such a bad start last year. But for me, I think for you is okay for me. But yeah,
It's
thank you.
only
See you in a couple weeks. Adios.